Om Shanti. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's online session. I would like to greet all participants across the globe with good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Today we have assembled here to discuss on a very important aspect which motivate us to make important decisions of our life. Throughout history and in the Vedics, we always have two options to choose from, the right and the wrong. Let us cite on our great epic, the Mahabharata. This epic sides with the Pandavas, while the Kauravas are at the wrong side. However, if we observe each character closely, it has never been right or wrong. Every character had an emotion, an opinion, an oath, and most importantly, a situation. It is the circumstances which drives us to choose between the right and the wrong. Let us connect with our conscience and mold ourselves to understand ours and as well as other situations, and be empathetic towards all by keeping our judgment aside. Let us join our thought together beyond the right and the wrong. So today this webinar is being organized by the IT wing of Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation, which is a sister organization of Brahma Kumaris and was founded in the year 2015. Our IT wing aims at bringing internal transformation in the professionals, especially for the IT and allied industries. The Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation has 20 different wings that are providing services to different sections of the society. So to brief you on the Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwarya Vishwavidyalaya, I would like to say it was started in the year 1936, is an international non-governmental organization in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council and UNICEF. It is also affiliated to the UN Department of Public Information. And to know more about the organizer, you can browse the links given in the slide, or you may visit our official website, www.brahmakumaris.org. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the chat box. We will bring them up after the presentation, as we will have some time for the questions at the end. And please switch on your video so that this session will be more interactive. And now I would like to welcome our chief speaker for the day, Brahma Kumari sister Krati. Our dear sister is an IT professional who has gained management and consulting experience with myriad companies based out of India, US, UK, and Europe. Her own interest in psychology has provided her deep insights into the working of mind. She is practicing Raj Yoga meditation from the past 4 years. She has also supported pan-India projects of Brahma Kumaris through various wings like IT wing, youth wing, and medical wing. Let us welcome her. Welcome, sister. Welcome to today's program. Om Shanti. Over to you, sister. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Am I audible?
Yes, sister. Audible.
Thank you. So before we start this session, or before we start any session, anything, everywhere it's required that we check ourselves. Where do we stand? On which ground am I standing? Only then, when I know where I stand, will I be able to know where is this session trying to take me. If my ground is not going to be stable, if my ground is not going to be shake-proof, I will not be able to understand because I will be busy saving myself from falling down. So, before we start this session, let us pause for a few minutes. Let us bring ourselves back to our own self. Whatever we are feeling, whatever we are witnessing, we are seeing, let us all try to witness it from an observer's point. We can start by listening to the sounds around us. Just close your eyes and listen to the sound which is around us. It might be of the fan, of traffic, of Krati Didi speaking. Let us try to listen without any judgment, without any opinion. Without any question or answer or justification. Let us just listen. Now let us put our palms on our knees, facing top. Now feel the breeze on the palm. Feel the breeze on the face. Whatever is coming to your mind, maybe it can be a thought of irritation or frustration. Let's observe it. What is it doing to the body? What is the sound doing to the body? Let us just be present. Now, through these open palms, invite the supreme power to bless us with his presence, to bless us with his presence, in which everything makes sense, in which there is light of knowledge, light of clarity, his presence, which reveals the truth we are seeking, the truth which provides solace to the soul. Let us invite the Almighty Now let us take these both arms to our heart. And I accept His presence. I accept His blessing. I accept His directions, which are there to guide me towards a better future. Through these two hands, let us feel the heart, how comfortable it is right now in this space of acceptance, in the space of God's presence. Om Shanti. So now we are grounded in trust and acceptance. So today's topic is going beyond right and wrong. Throughout the day, if we look at ourselves, how many thoughts do we put into the thought that this is going right or this is going wrong? Numerous times in the entire day, this is what we keep on doing. This is what we keep on judging. Did we ever wonder why? Why do we label things as right and wrong? Can anyone answer? Why this entire process? It's not a pleasant one, definitely. It's rather a frustrating one. So why? Why do we label things as right or wrong? Anyone can answer if you can raise your hand, or you can write it in the chat, whichever is comfortable for you. If co-host and host can help me out with it, they can unmute Sister Ela and she will be replying in few words.
Yes.
Hello, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yes, because we are normal human beings and the function of mind is to give judgments, give labels. The mind immediately we see something and we get a word for, right?
Okay.
The education process is such that we have been taught to give immediate response.
Okay. The conventional system, which has been taught to us so far, is about discerning what is right and what is wrong. Because without that discernment, without that understanding, I might face dreadful situations. Suppose if I trusted someone and that person betrayed me, how will I ensure that that person doesn't betray me? Is by judging that person. Only that is the way we know how to operate in this mistrustful world. This is what we label the world as, right? We can't trust anyone. We can't trust the world. We can't trust the weather. We can't trust people. We can't trust job. We can't trust so many things happening in the world right now. Because it is a world of mistrust. And to navigate this world, we have to keep ourselves protected. If we are not protected, how will we survive? If we are not protected, how will we thrive? We have desires. We want to go on the top, but on that way, there are many standing, pulling me down, always coming in my way to ensure that I don't reach the point where I want to reach. And to ensure that they go above me. They leave and reach before me. Because the top is a lonely place, right? This is what has been said so far. Is English comfortable with everyone, or should I be speaking in Hindi as well? Swapna Didi?
Because on-site people also join from abroad, so English is
English better? Okay, thank you. So far in the corporate world, it has been said that the top is very lonely. If you stand on the top, if you reach or at the top of the ladder, it is very lonely. Very few reaches there because everyone else is trying to bring whoever reached there down. So top becomes lonely. Top is the place where very less people survive. And it has been seen those people surviving at the top has lost their character, has lost so many things, so many beautiful things they once owned, because that was the price they paid to reach to the top. It is not an easy ride to reach there, right? We have to bring into our consciousness that I can't trust this person. What if he betrays me? I can't trust this place. What if this place gives me unhappiness? I can't trust my kids or my husband or my environment or my office or my colleagues. What if they take benefit of me, right? So to thrive in this world of mistrust, agony, and all this resulting in so many things, so many dreadful things in our life, anger, frustration, attachments, because I couldn't trust. Now, when I live in such a mistrustful world, I will always have to ensure my security. And my security leads to me labeling to good and bad, right and wrong, justified, not justified. Because otherwise, it's a very dreadful place. What if I trusted someone? What if I labeled someone as a good person and he in return backstabbed me? He in return told many bad things about me. He in return used me incorrectly, improperly. Right? So this is the world where we live, where we try to survive. And under the disguise of thriving, we are only trying to survive. Because when we reach at the top is also lonely. If we remain in the middle is very crowded, where people are trying to pull everyone down. And if we remain at the lower state, that is the place where I don't have a value. No one knows me. I don't have a place. I don't have a function which is unique, which is my own. So to make something my own, to bring a uniqueness in the world, I have to travel to the top. So this is the place where we survive. This is the place where we live. Kind of a poisonous environment, very poisonous for the mind. But as the title of this class suggests, going beyond right and wrong, as our beloved Ela sister just said, this is how we are raised to look at the world, right and wrong. So is there a way to go beyond it? So to understand, first of all, is there a way? We try to find a way when we think that the current way is not serving us. When we are seeking the way, do we find the way? So why do we need to find a way? That is the first thing we need to understand. Is there a need to find a way? Or are we happy with our current construct? It's okay. Currently, wherever I live, whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm pursuing, however I am behaving, however I am being treated, or whatever beliefs I have is okay. If I think that way, then I don't need to seek a new way. But do we really need a new way? For that, we will do a small meditation. So I request all of us to just close our eyes. And bring to our memory, the recent memory. Let us bring it to our intellect. When someone misbehaved, or someone belittled me, someone yelled at me. Let us bring that memory to our mind. And let us see, what is that doing to me? What is it making me feel? How is my reaction to it? When someone whom I didn't like at all, just a not nice person, came in front of me and said so many things about me. What did that make me feel? If those feelings come to our mind, just in plain 1 or 2 words, we can write it on the chat so that I know what did we feel. Anyone can write on the chat. That would help us to bring out the discussion. Rejected. Wonderful. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so fine, we will go with this one emotion, dejected. Let us again close our eyes. And in that situation, in the same situation, let us bring someone who doesn't know that person, who doesn't know you, has no relation with that person. And that person now is being said so many things. Now that unknown person who doesn't know the other person, who doesn't know anyone, is being said so many things. How would he feel? He, she feel? Would he, she feel dejected? What does we think? What do we think? No. He will have no feelings about that person because that person doesn't have an impression about the other person. Because that person didn't label other person yet. Right? So, although we do use this system of labeling people, that system in return is hurting us or maybe catering to us. Let us understand what it's doing. So if I label something as good or right, this is what I call good, this is what I call right. A person should be polite, a person should be well-read, a person should be dressed properly, a person should be behaving properly, a person should have combed his hair properly. All these things I call good and right. In order to behave in a society, in order to live in a society, one must behave properly. That is the basic expectation. So I label that person, that attitude, that style, that dressing sense as right, correct, good. Do we think that this description automatically, without us doing anything, create a bad person? Without me ever seeing anyone having those traits which are opposite to it, without that happening, automatically this description of good has created a bad person, right? Right? We don't need to do anything. We just made a good thing in our mind and automatically bad got created. Automatically there will be one person in the entire world, at least one person in the entire world whom we would be hating because he is wrong, incorrect, bad, without knowing that person at all. we would automatically not liking it, not liking that person, because we have already defined the person whom we like. We have already defined the qualities we like. We have already defined the place we like. So that it automatically creates a place, a person, an impression which is incorrect, which is wrong, which is bad, right? So this system of creating good is also creating bad. Now let us think about it like this. There is a sun whose light we like, and we're trying to chase the light. What will happen? What will happen with the shadow? What would shadow do? It will haunt the person, right? And we say, this person is haunting me. Why doesn't he leave my life? Why do I have this person in my life? Because my idea to chase good is automatically creating a shadow which is following me, because these two things cannot be separated because we created it. The moment I created good, the same exact moment I created bad as well. The moment I created correct, the same exact moment I created incorrect, improper. Now, there is no way to separate these two. Is there any way to separate these two? What do we think? Is there a way? There's no way. Because I created it. The moment I created this, that got created automatically. Right? So, this idea where I'm creating a good, which is in my sense is good, let us name it as ego. The same moment I'm creating bad, let us call it shadow. The ego and shadow both are created at one moment together. We can't separate these two. So if I want to just be with one and remove the other one from my life, is that possible? Just let us think about it. Is it possible? If I like something, wouldn't there be automatically something which I dislike? And can I remove that person from my life? In my office, let us just visualize our office place or our working place. It could be our house, it could be our office, it could be anything. It could be our seva ka sthan, whatever. Let us visualize it. And bring to our mind one person whom we really like. Is our mind also bringing someone whom we really do not like? I like this about this person. And I don't like this in some other person. Right? Because at the place we live, there will be all kinds of people. We can't remove people from the world. Entire organizations across the world is trying to bring population down. It's not possible. It's not our job. What we can do is we can learn to live with them because they are going to increase. It has been increasing from past some time, from past so many years. So not in our control. And the more people visit Earth, the more kind of variety of thoughts, behaviors, characters they will bring to the plate. I can't escape it. I can't escape population. Then what else can I escape? To bring myself peace of mind by labeling them good and bad, right and wrong. I'm so sorry, it was topic control. So, right and wrong, correct and incorrect, I can probably escape myself. I can probably save myself from this. But then, isn't that our defense mechanism? If I automatically start saying everybody is good, everybody is right, everything is right, whatever is happening is right, doesn't that make me very, very, very vulnerable towards the misdoing of others, towards the misbehaving of others, towards the misusing of others? Right? If I demolish right and wrong, good and bad, wouldn't that make me too vulnerable? What do we think? Is there a way? Okay, it's a very, very silent and peace-loving crowd. I'm really liking it. So it's okay. Let your thoughts, not your replies, your silent thoughts drive the class. I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. So it will be a test for me if I'm able to gauge you without you saying anything. So, okay. So, okay, people are replying. Yeah, 11.
Yes, we need to change our perception. We should be rather objective than being subjective.
Okay.
It very much lies within to change my vision. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So, good. Thank you, ma'am. So, yeah. When we label someone good and bad, this is a process. This is a process of duality in which both of them like bond together. We can't separate these two. And if we can't separate these two, if I like something, then I automatically have to dislike something. I can't escape this vicious circle of liking, disliking, liking, disliking. Fine. This construct doesn't work. I understand. But I don't have any other construct to go with. If I don't have any other construct to go with, which will help me to bring power to my discernment, to bring power to my vision, then only I can remove this construct from my life and step up to the another construct which can help me. So let us try this way. If I'm labeling someone good, some properties, some characters as good, and some characters as bad, where I'm standing, the way, as mentioned before, the place of my standing is my ego helping me to discern what is happening and how can I save myself. If I break this ego, constantly keep breaking this ego, which is helping me, which is there to guard me, which is there to save me from all the misdoings of the world, there has to be a growth of some other power, some other resource which can help me guide my way, right? Otherwise, it's just another failed construct which I can't follow. So this brings in the power of silence, the power of meditation. Now, why am I bringing it here? Because so far, if we look at our own journey so far, the way we have labeled right and wrong has definitely given us help, has definitely navigated our way, but in return has costed it so much, right? If I have an impression about someone, now, if that person is, even if that person is doing something good to me, I don't allow myself to trust that person. I don't allow myself to forgive that person because it has hurted me in my past. He has hurt me in my past. How can I give you another chance? How can I give you another way to help me? Or how can I give you a place in my life when the place I gave you earlier, you have misused it? So when that happens, when my past comes with my good and bad label, am I free to give someone a new chance? Am I free? What do you think? Am I free or am I slave? We are not free. We are not free. So isn't it bringing slavery in our life? Although We are trying to become the owner of our life by discerning logically or our past through our past impressions that this person is good, that person is bad, even though we are doing it. But isn't it an illusion? Because I don't have a power to forgive them, or I don't have a power to just bring their last impression to zero and give that person another try, give that person another chance. So I am not at all free, even though I think I'm free. I'm not free because I will always have to use my past experiences to understand someone, my past belief system to understand someone or something or some place or some situation. Always my past will be in my face. How am I free? I'm always using my past. I'm always using my insight from past to create my present. How do I expect myself to have a bright future? How will my future look any different from my past when I'm reseeding past again and again and again and again? So is there another way? Yes, there is a way. Thank God there is a way. So the way through which we can free ourselves from the past, from the labels, which we really need to understand this. See, we really need to understand labeling someone good and bad is not bad. This is what we did to protect ourselves. See, if I have a treasure, like I have limited money, suppose I have only 1,000 rupees in my pocket. I'm taking rupees because there are maximum people here are from India, but whoever is joining from anywhere can listen to their own currency. I have that 1,000 rupees in my pocket. And that is all I have. I don't have anything else. I don't have a bank account. I don't have a parents who can help me. I don't have any kids who can give me money. That is all I have. And when I have only 1,000 rupees in my pocket and I trust someone, I trust that person to hold it for me for 10 minutes while I'm gone to do something, and that person betrays me and takes away that 1,000 rupees, where will be I left? Nowhere. So what is the use of trusting someone? Why should I trust someone? Whenever I trusted that person betrayed me. Whenever I use the quality to trust someone, I got betrayed. I don't like trust. So me labeling anything good and bad actually was my defense mechanism to protect me from all the adversities from outside. Me labeling anything good and bad created an ego, created an identity in us whose sole task was to protect me. Sole task was to protect me. So this wasn't a futile, this wasn't a judgmental step which I took. This was a step of self-defense. It has served us so far. It has helped us so far. But now the time is compelling us to change. Time is compelling us to change because this ego, which has helped us so far, has created so many identities in us, so many good, bad, wrong, right, that I have two rights in front of me. Now I don't know whom to choose, whom to label bad, whom to label good. Both are right, both are good. Or I have two bads in front of me. I don't know who is more bad and who is more good. I don't know. Now this construct is failing me at so many places. So I try another construct of silence, of meditation. Now what happens in this meditation, in the silence? What happens? In this meditation and in silence, do I get the powers of discernment? I don't bring discernment in my life by logical thinking or by assertive thinking. No. The power of discernment comes to me as I become its owner through meditation. Does that make sense? Till now, I was bringing discernment in my life by using logical thinking, assertive thinking, good, bad thinking, label thinking. That was one way to bring discernment, which was successful at some times and not successful at many times. We have seen that in our life. But now I'm calling this power of discernment as power of discernment, nothing else. In its real, in its original form, I'm calling that power of discernment in me through meditation. I'm calling this power of tolerance in me through meditation. There is a difference in living with the powers which are not a result, but which are my property. Does that bring a different perspective in our life? Let me bring another way to bring it to the mind. Suppose I am born in a very poor family. Now, in this poor family, we never had money. So I had to study, I had to go to school, I had to go to college, I had to earn money to bring that money in my house. Okay, this is one way to bring money. Second way is I am born in a rich family. Now, do I earn money or do I inherit money? There's a difference, right? One is bringing money in my life through putting a lot of effort, through going to office every day, 10 to 5 job and whatnot, buttering, so many things which we do to bring the money, the promotion, the high salary, the higher position. Okay, fine. That is how we brought money. That is one way. We earned it. Second way is I inherited it. Meditation is a way in which we inherit these powers. And so far, doing, labeling things, bringing an ego was one way to earn those powers. Does that make a difference? Right? I need to see your faces to understand, because it's a very different kind of outlook which could help us. So through meditation, specifically Rajyoga meditation, which we learn here, through this meditation, we call these powers as my own, my inheritance. How does it become my inheritance? Because the moment I start doing Raj Yoga meditation, I connect with the Supreme, who is the owner of these powers. So the moment I connect with him, and I connect with him by a relationship of a child, a relationship of a student. He's a teacher, I'm a student. He's a father, I'm a child. He's a guide, I am a follower. So there is a relationship, and through this relationship, I automatically inherit the powers he has, because that is my birthright. I don't need to work for it. For a poor person who took birth in a very poor family, his birthright was poor, being beggar, because that is what he claimed from his father. Right? Whatever his father had, he gave it to the child. But for a person, for a child to be born in a rich family, in a family, wealthy family, his birthright was all the wealth which belonged to his father. So there is a difference. So this difference, and through this difference, and through the practice of meditation, can we rest in peace? Can we put our past to rest? And by meditation, we can bring those powers at our service without bringing past to our mind, without bringing impressions to our mind. Now let us visualize how would it look. Let us do that. So this is a very small exercise we will do. Let us all close our eyes. And now again, bring that person in our mind who betrayed us, whoever we brought last time. Just bring him without any past. Try to not bring past into the mind. It will be difficult right now, but let's just do it. Try it. No past, just him, just the person standing in front. Let us bring to our awareness that I am the child of Almighty. This relationship is very important. So let us bring to our mind, I am who? The person who is seeing this person. Me. I am a child of Almighty. So by default, I am Master Almighty. Now keeping this in mind, that my relationship with God is that He's my Father. And hence, all His powers are mine. And I, the owner of this power, ask my power, can I trust this person with whatever he's trying to say today? Just that, no past experiences. Let us calm ourselves down so we can listen to the power. Can I trust this person today? Can I forgive this person today? Can I give this person another chance today? In this silence, I can hear the powers. Yes, let us ask ourselves in the silence. So all those people who are getting a different answer than what they got the first time they asked him, or the first time in this session, their image came to our mind. Just raise your hands. There is an option in your Zoom to just raise your hand. If you're getting a different answer than what you got from your past experiences, you can just raise your hand. So, okay, thank you. Thank you, Shwetadan. So, this means it might work. Not sure if it worked for me or not, but it can work because it worked for someone. So this way, by silencing, not mind, thank you, by silencing all the emotional urges, feelings we have for that person, which was created due to past, by neutralizing them, today, at this moment, there is a chance I can get a different view on that person. By being in connection with the Father who is Almighty. And because I am a child of that Almighty, I automatically get that power in inheritance. Hence, saving myself from so many labelings, so many churnings, so many thoughts going on. Could I not? Should I not? Do I not? This saves me so much energy, which I can invest on myself. I always need energy. We are always saying, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. Why? Because my time is going in that thought. Should I not? Do I not? Will I not? That is the time which is being invested in all that thoughts. So once I free myself from the burden of past, which I'm carrying because that was my defense mechanism. So if I free myself from that burden, if I free myself from those impressions, if I free myself from past experiences and bring myself up in meditation, in silence, and make a good relationship with Almighty, is there a chance? What does your logical mind say? Is there a chance that I will be guided properly? Right? That I will be guided properly. Yes. Of course, this needs practice. It won't be one day journey. It is a journey. So it won't be one day task. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, a very long, long marathon. Yes, it will take time. But I need to understand in me, deep in me, that this might work for me. Then only I will give it a try. Otherwise, I will not. So if it worked for one person, it might, or two people, it might work for me as well. If I'm really looking to leave that construct behind, that construct is very powerful. You know one thing, do anyone who has weird dreams, whenever they wake up, they just say, I had a weird dream. Just raise your hand. Last night's dream was very weird. Okay. Thank you. Do you know the reason why? Why do we get weird dreams? Because in dreams, we try to say those things. We try to live through those things which we didn't in our waking time. So suppose I wanted to give someone a chance. Like inside me, I knew I had to, but my past experiences were like bulldozering me and saying, no, you can't do. Last time you trusted and this person didn't do well. So no. Okay. So you didn't. And now you regret that you didn't give that person a chance. Okay. Now that regret will come in your dream, where either you will be saying sorry, or whether you will be giving them a chance in the dream, or there will be one person representing regret in your life, and you will be seeing that person in your dream. Because dreams are all about completing the circle which we didn't in our waking life because of our past experiences, because of our past impressions. So dreams try to align yourself, live through all the feelings which we denied when we were awake. You can go out and research about it on internet, the psychology behind dreams, and you will get this answer. This is what we do in dreams. If our dreams are very chaotic, meaning we denied those feelings in our waking life. And you know what happens next? Many people, after going through these levels of serious dreams and nightmares, enter into psychosis, which is a place where nothing makes sense because they're so overloaded with so many emotions that they couldn't let out, or so many emotions, which so many regrets, guilt, and whatnot, that they have to go in a state where they're just not, they're always sleeping, in depression, or doing so many things, so that they can process all these feelings which remained unprocessed throughout the day. And we call it psychosomatic diseases. So it starts from here. Starts from deep breath. Okay, so far this happened, but today, with my relationship with Supreme, I would like to know, what should I do? Where should I go? Although my ego will be dying hard to pull me back, but I know that my connection with Supreme and my inheritance of these powers will guide me to what is right for me. I can trust them. I can trust this new construct. So all those who are ready to give it at least one chance, a fair chance, so that you don't get those dreams of regret in your life. Just let me know. And we will be practicing few affirmations which will help us in doing so in our life. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so thank you. So let us sit back and relax. And let us see the power of these thoughts which can help us, whom we can trust. So let us sit back and close our eyes. And just repeat with me. First, let us go in silence, take a few deep breaths. In this place of silence, I'm reminding myself I can let go of the past. It is safe to let go of the past. It is safe to let go of the past. It is safe to let go of the past. I unburden myself from 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 all the vows and promises. I unburden myself from all the vows and promises. I unburden myself from the hurts of past. I unburden myself from the hurts of past. I unburden myself from the hurts of past. I can trust God and His powers. I can trust God and His powers. I can trust God and His powers. I allow myself to trust Him. 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 I allow myself to feel safe under His canopy of light. I allow myself to feel safe under His canopy of light. I allow myself to feel safe under his canopy of light. I let go. I let go. I let go. I surrender myself to him. I surrender myself in his trusting hands. I surrender myself in his trusting hands. I surrender myself in his trusting hands. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. How did that feel? Good. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. So now we will start our question answer session. I would like to request our sister Swapna to take over the question answer session. And before getting started, I would like to request all the participants to type their questions into the chat box so that Sister Krati will answer them one by one. Over to you, Sister Swapna. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Sister Krati. It's a very beautiful session, interactive session with the reflection exercise and the powerful information that we have practiced now. Everyone benefited. So, give 2 minutes time to participants. Reflect back again and put their questions in the chat box. Or they can raise hand and will unmute to ask the question. So, sister, we got one question. Can I forgive and still leave a person?
Yes. It is not about me. See, the answer is within you, in you. You know what is right for you. But again, now what we are trying to do here is we are trying to label ourselves bad. Because in the society, it is not good to leave a person and feel okay about it. How can I feel okay if I left someone? I have to feel guilty. I have to feel guilty. Right? So this societal construct of good and bad, right and wrong, makes me think whether what I'm doing is right or wrong. So through meditation, just calm yourself down. In meditation, whatever feelings you're getting in you, just write it out on a piece of paper and neutralize yourself. And then in that silence, where the actual answer lies, let it come across to you. I can't give you your answer because it is your question and your conscience knows your answer. But I can only help you in getting it. Only help you with the process. So no matter, another thing which I need to really tell you, no matter if lakhs of people tell you it is wrong to do this, even if almost everyone around you, entire world is saying, you know, what you're doing is wrong. But you're inside, in silence, you get the feeling what I'm doing is right, do it. Because everyone is diseased right now. Everyone is at dis-ease. Disease mana? Dis-ease. Everyone is uncomfortable. Everyone is not themselves right now. So only I, deep inside my conscious, can I know what is right for me. So even if I say yes, you should do it. No, you shouldn't do it. I'm saying from my place, I'm saying from the ground I'm standing, which might not be a ground. I'm saying from my past experiences, probably. You don't know. So only in you, you know what is right for you. Om Shanti.
Brother Rajiv has question. So, brother, you can unmute yourself.
Om Shanti. It's coming up to 10:35 here where I am in Australia. So sorry, I'm in my nightgown already.
Thank you.
my
Joy.
my question is to you, sister. I don't know your name, but uh, you said that the past labels and beliefs and all that was protecting us. So then the other way around, why is that not okay if we think that everybody is good? If we take the baseline that everything is happening right and everybody is good, then is that not a powerful position? In my opinion, I thought it was.
Everything is good. Everyone is good. Yes, it is powerful. But it has to come from inside, from within.
Yes.
It has to come as a knowing and not trying to know, trying to evaluate. Okay? It comes as a knowing. You know. You cannot make others understand knowing. You know, I have a gut feeling. I know this is right. How do you
Mm-hmm.
justify it? You can't. It is beyond logic. It is your connection with the divine and collective. It is your purity, which is allowing you to connect to the divine and purity, where it comes as a knowing. God doesn't justify him, right? He just says, because he knows. Knowing is very different from evaluating. See, what we do is we put all our brains there. I have two things in front of me, all my brains, all my friends, all my resources. I try to contact them. Should I do this? Should I not do this? What? And I take all the feedback and I create two opinions about two things, right? Pros and cons, pros and cons. Now, through this, if I derive an answer, that is not the use of divine powers. That is the use of power which I have left because divine powers left me. In place of divine powers, do I use logic and comparison in competition and evaluation? Because I can't see. So a blind person who can't see would use his stick to know where is the pothole, would use his ears to hear, oh, this means that, compensating for the power to see. Power to see in my mind is knowing. Does that bring a difference? Contrast?
I get your analogy. It's very good analogy. But I have to tell you that my family is not in BK life. So I'm the only one following it. So for them, how do I help them to say that, like, treat everybody as if they are good? Because they are always going to protect themselves through their past experiences. So if they don't believe in this divine power and divine stuff, then how do I tell them or take them on the path where, or show them the path that you can still trust people based on the fact that they're all good?
Okay, so this question brings two working points for you. Would that be okay if I share?
Yes, sure, sure.
Okay. First is you need to evaluate. Why do you need to show them a way? Way has to be shown to someone who is seeking. There's
Oh,
certainly something which you think is right, which is making them wrong. And hence, you're trying to show them the right path,
yes.
right? And secondly, you being the spirituality, being it, will automatically show them. Right now, you're trying to show them the contrast between right and wrong. Okay? What are you being at that time? Aren't you
Judgmental.
being? Yes. And hence, this is what you're teaching them.
Oh, thank you. That's why it's not working.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Another question is, I personally feel fear. False evidence appearing real is one of the reasons for lack of power.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that, sister. Can you please repeat?
The brother is saying, I personally feel fear, that is false evidence appearing real, is one of the reasons for lack of power.
See, the things which we deal today with many things around is called illusion. Illusion. What is illusion? Illusion is very, very, very amazing in copying what is right. What is the real one? It is very, very good at copying it. So by only seeing things, by only using one or two powers, we won't be able to discern between the real thing and the illusion. Illusion, which is creating the illusion of right, wrong, bad, right, whatever. So many contrasts. And what is the real thing is, overshadowed by the illusion. To reach to the real thing, it is a tapasya. It is, we need to be ready to face our own shadows, our own dark side, which we are not dealing with, which is say, no, this is not, I can't deal with this. In the past, I might have done something, I might have lied to some, or I might have murdered someone. And right now I have totally blocked it. I'm not ready to see it. No, this is bad. Can't do this. Can't think about it. So as long as I have those negatives, whom we call negative, it's actually shadow. It doesn't mean it's evil. It is a side of mine which I'm not ready to face because of society's labels. Oh, murderous person, bad person. No. You can't be a murderous person. That person meaning very bad. There's one book which I was reading in which a psychologist was traveling, was walking on a path, and in between saw a brutally killed, brutally meaning like you can't put a sense into it, brutally killed person or brutally sabotaged or brutally, like mistreated person lying on the ground. What would be our reaction to it? If you want to give a reaction to such a situation, what would be your reaction to it? Oh my God, help him. Let's take him to the hospital. Who did this? Such a monster who did this. And, this person doesn't deserve, no one deserves a treatment like this. How can he do this? And how can he do that? Like automatically you start doing it. But the psychologist there ran away from that place. And when asked, why did you run away from that place? Why did you help that person? He said, the person who killed him needs me more. Because he has the guts, his essence, his conscience is so misaligned that he has the guts to do something like this to a person. I need to help him. So until and unless I check my own dark side, whom I ignore, I label it as bad and I'm just not ready to face it, there won't be a balance. And unless there won't be a balance, because that self was created to protect us. That self was there to help us. We created it. Right? We were the Brahma who created it. So now, unless I neutralize it, I won't be able to discern between illusion and real. That is the definition of real. Baba says, if everybody is familiar here with Baba, there's one thing which I would like to, which Baba touched me a few times back. He said that Baba says real gold molds. If I compare anything with, if I compare real gold and fake gold will be more shining than real gold. So we can't compare these two things with its shine, with its luster. But one thing which fake gold cannot copy is the real gold's capacity to take up the heat. Real gold's melting point is very high. It's not easy to melt gold. But anything below it will be very easy to melt. So when we put the power of yoga, when we do meditations, when we connect, when we face situations, then only we know our worth. We might not be glamorous, but we could be real. So real thing doesn't melt easily. Okay? Shanti.
Next question is how to forget past regrets completely. How to forget past regrets completely.
So we tried few affirmations, right? I unburden myself. Try to speak to you. Like Baba says, become merciful to your own self first. I can only forget and forgive when I have forgiven myself. And I can only forgive myself when I understand that whatever I did was self-defense. There is nothing wrong which we did so far. Even a murderous person did it because he thought it is right to do it. No one is wrong. Everybody is protecting themselves. Everybody is trying to live on few things which are left in the world, few good things which are left in the world. We are all trying to compensate. We are all trying to live on it. So we all are in deficiency. No one is flourishing here. So in that deficiency, whatever I did to protect myself. If I wouldn't be rude on people, people will come and take away all my innocence, all my whatever treasures I have inside. So I have to build some mechanism to protect me, right? So knowing this, I can forgive myself. Knowing this, I have been through so much. Baba is Rahimdil. Baba is merciful. Why am I not? I'm constantly judging myself because that is what I have been taught for past so many births. It's okay. But now I have been taught a different way that whatever I did it to protect myself. So I can now put my protection in Baba's hand. Let him protect me. Let him guide me. Only through surrendering will I be able to accept myself, because I have judged by myself, by society, by so many people, numerous times. Those impressions are in me. You know, it starts from childhood. Since we are kids, people say, you're no good. You're not compared to that Sharma ji ka bachcha. You don't know how to study. See, he is better than you. See, they are better than you. See, you don't know anything. See, you're not good at studies. You don't speak. You don't do this. You don't do that. All the time. Since we are child, we have been treated like that. And it's not because they were bad. No, because they were treated like that. So it's not their mistake. They're continuing with the generations, whatever they have been taught so far. So yes, this belief system, and to compensate for it, I have had so many experiences. And to undo that can only be done, only way is through unconditional love of Shiv Baba, of Supreme. What does he say? I love you no matter what. I love you because you are. That's it, full stop. Not because you are obedient, because you are A, because you are O, because you are. No, no, no. You are. Because you are, you deserve my love. When we get this unconditional love, in that unconditional love, can we accept ourselves? You know, there is 5 steps of disease. You can see wherever you are. First is denial, ignorance. We don't want to accept only. We are denying. No, 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 no. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Second is anger. We are angry about it. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? This shouldn't have happened to me. Third is bargaining. Oh, why did this happen this much? Thoda kam hota would have been better. Fourth is depression. When we know this happened, we're trying to cope up with it and it's creating depression. And last is acceptance. It comes as the last step. And we can travel this, and we always go through this. Anything, any sanskar, any past habits we have, the change goes through this. And this can only happen with unconditional love, which automatically brings patience from the Almighty. Because He loves us no matter we are standing. He loves us. Baba kya kehte hain? He says na, tum jo ho, jaise ho, mere ho. Bas. That whoever you are, however you are mine. So that unconditional love is the only thing which can heal us and nowhere else.
Thank you, sister. We'll take one last question. The question is, how many times can I forgive a person if the person continues to throw tantrums and disturb peace of the family?
Sister or brother, whoever she is, for this you will have to understand a very deep psychology of being trying to fit in. See, in this world where we are always looking for a place for ourselves, we try to find a place by compromising so many things. We compromise on our self-worth. So if you look at a relationship, husband and wife is yelling at husband, and husband is yelling at wife, and wife is quiet and she's like handling it all and doing everything, beating and still being with him. Whatever you are seeing anyone anywhere as being a negative relationship or a relationship which is not healthy, is because both the people in that relationship are trying to fit in. They're trying to find a place in the world. And when we are trying to find a place in a world which is already very poisonous, which is already very, what can I say, like very confusing, this quest to find a place creates a pattern. This pattern binds other person to us and me to the other person. So suppose now you're saying that how many times do I need to forgive him? He has thrown tantrums, he has done this, he has done that. Deep inside, I am triggering that tantrums because so that there is a relationship which continues. You trust him, he betrays your trust, you trust him, he betrays your trust, and this continues as a relationship. Because if I ask you, okay, why don't you leave him or her? And then you will be like, where will I go? What will I do? I will not have an answer. So although I'm regretting this relationship, but I don't have the courage to find anything else for me. I know I'm a misfit here, but I don't know where else will I go. So subconsciously, I keep creating this pathway. I keep creating this pattern. Because the repercussion of this pattern not being there will leave me vulnerable to so many changes. So if you look at a cage and a bird in the cage, if you try to touch that cage and even try to put a finger there, that bird will come and bite you, not allow you to touch the cage, right? You must have seen parrots and all in the cage. But the moment you say, oh, you're so brave. Okay, the moment you leave the door open, the bird will not even come out. Because the bird feels safe in the cage. The bird knows it's a cage. But freedom is very scary. Coming out of that cage, using your feathers, which you have not used since you were born, and going into the empty sky, like unlimited sky, it creates anxiety, it creates fear. Hence, we remain in that pattern again and again and again, because if that pattern will not be here, where will I go? Now the world is open for me, I can do anything, but that freedom scares me. Freedom is scary for a bird who is born and brought up in a cage. Does that make sense? There has to be very deep thinking and very deep realization of self-worth has to take place for us to even have the courage to break that relationship or to change the pattern, to do something about it and come out of the cage and fly high in the sky. It is not easy. It takes willingness and courage. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much, sister, for answering all the queries. And I request participants, those who are having any other queries, they can write to us at bbsritwing@gmail.com. And there is a small announcement that we are going to organize our national conference at Mount Abu, Rajasthan from September 2 to September 6. And registration is open. We have posted in the chat also for the registration link. So interested participants can register. And I would, there is a godly invitation for all of us that online and offline sessions are going on. So you can visit your nearby Brahma Kumaris center. To get the locations, please browse in www.brahmakumaris.com and get the nearest Brahma Kumaris meditation center address and learn 7 days basic meditation. Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you, Sister Krati. Thank you so much for answering the questions in a very practical way. And also thank you, Sister Swapna, for coordinating the question answer session beautifully. Now I welcome our dear Brahma Kumari, Sister Roji Behan, to kindly give out the vote of thanks. Over to you, Sister.
ओम शांति। आज के प्रोग्राम के लिए सबसे पहले सर्वशक्तिमान, सबकी कल्याणकारी, सबकी रक्षक, हम सब आत्मा के पिता परमात्मा शिव बाबा को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। उसके बाद हमारे आईटविंग के चेयरपर्सन परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी डॉक्टर निर्मा दीदी जी को मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिनकी मार्गदर्शन में आईटी सेवाएं चल रही है। उसके बाद हमारे मधुबन के आईटी विंग के कोऑर्डिनेटर राजयोगी यशवंत भाई जी को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। हमारे भुवनेश्वर सबजोन के मुख्य हमारे परम आदरणीय राजयोगिनी लीना दीदी जी को भी तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ, जिनकी शुभ भावना से सेवा चल रही है। उसके बाद आज के प्रोग्राम में हमारे विशेष वक्ता आदरणीय राजयोगिनी कार्ति बहन जी को दिल से बार बार धन्यवाद करती हूँ। बहन जी ने हम सभी को आज के विषय पर बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझाया। इसके लिए मैं बहन जी को सभी के तरफ से, मेरी तरफ से दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ। थैंक यू। आज के प्रोग्राम में जिनका भी सहयोग रहा सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। आज सभी भाई बहन जिन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम में चाहे जूम के माध्यम से चाहे यूट्यूब के माध्यम से आप सभी को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स। सभी को धन्यवाद करते हुए मैं परमात्मा की याद में रहकर मैं अपनी वोट ऑफ थैंक्स को समाप्त करती हूँ।
थैंक यू सो मच सिस्टर रोजी एंड कृति बहन को भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद है। नाउ वी शैल मेडिटेट फॉर अ मिनट एंड देयर आफ्टर एंड द सेशन।
सिखलाता है राजयोग।
दुख दर्द रोगों से मुक्ति दिलाता है राजयोग।
दुख दर्द रोगों से मुक्ति दिलाता है राजयोग। इंसान को सिखलाता है राजयोग। करता है।
उनके आगे हर समस्या खेल जैसी लगती है।
उनके आगे हर समस्या खेल जैसी लगती है।
हर समस्या में मुस्कुराना सिखलाता है राजयोग।
हर समस्या में मुस्कुराना सिखलाता है राजयोग। इंसान को जीने की कला सिखलाता है राजयोग। हे मानव, इस जग में जो मेहमान बनकर रहता है,
खुद को परम पिता की जो संतान सदा समझता है।
हे मानव, इस जग में जो मेहमान बनकर रहता है,
खुद को परम पिता की जो संतान सदा समझता है।
प्रेम एकता शांति का सबको देता सहयोग।
प्रेम एकता शांति का सबको देता सहयोग।
इंसान को जीने की कला सिखलाता है राजयोग।
सबसे बड़ी कला है मन को ईश्वर में लगाना।
शिव पिता की याद से अपने जीवन को चमकाना।
सबसे बड़ी कला है मन को ईश्वर में लगाना।
शिव पिता की याद से अपने जीवन को चमकाना।